Back again, GS 500. So I've ordered, I painted that because it's a bit tatty. So I bought this off eBay. New ignition loop, that whole thing, taupe yoke, triple, whatever it is you call it. That's my speedo. 13,000 miles since 1997. So the issue I've got is I'm going to need to try and do something with this. So I've got a belt sander, I've also bought some metal putty. I'm going to try and do something with this, clean it up, fill it, something. Got a generator. So I take this off, you just take that nut off, slide the name, slide that off. So we'll see how we get on here. Try and get this built back up again. See if it will run. So that came off relatively easily. It's just 2 Allen key bolts, one on either side, that top nut, and then that just basically lifted off. Okay, right, so that gives me better access into this mess. So fart about with that and see what I can do with it. Right, so I've put some metal putty in that, so hopefully that will be enough it's not going to prevent them damaging it as much as they've damaged it already, but as long as the lock goes into it and nips up. So we've got a wee bit of paint on that and then start putting all this back together again. Get in there. That's that one. I'm just going to tighten this up with a shifting spanner for the moment. I'm going to nip it up. Shifting spanner because I don't actually have a socket that fits that on me. That doesn't tell. That'll do for the minute. Make sure that's nick them up. Make sure that's on there properly. Just a couple of Allen key bolts that tighten that. Yep. Right. That'll do that. I'm not putting that lock on now. Maybe I should just make sure it does actually. It does actually go into the Right, what's next then? Oh, this thing. This thing here, that goes in there. Is that going there? Oh. When you've not done something for a while. Oh, Christ, I can't get that off. So we've got these two things. This was a nightmare. It wasn't a nightmare, it was awkward. It's going to be even more awkward now that I've got an ignition lock in the way. So, because I've got two washers as well. What are you making that in there? That goes down in there, so. Then that goes on. Then this bit goes on here. Am I putting that? I think I'm putting that around. No. Oh, wrong way round. No. So that way. That's better. Right. Now for the nightmare. These two bolts, I've got, I don't even know if you can see that, holes for split pins. And then these two nuts that are going to be an absolute pig, they're going to be a nightmare to get in. Because I've got an ignition lock in there right now. And then we've got another nut, bolt and a washer. So maybe a bit of a peg, just screw that in for the tap until it catches into that. Right, I'm going to pause you for a moment because there's two 14s that I need to try and get to, and that's a bit of a nightmare, so I'll come back to that once I've got them tightened. Right, so that's that on. The two nuts under there, they're a bit of a nightmare because this just turns, so you need to put a screwdriver in between that and just put a bit of pressure on this, and then manage to get my 14mm with a big long extension bar on it. It wasn't on it properly, but I got them tight anyway. So now I'm going to run this wire. This wire goes down inside the headlight, and I take the headlight off. To get that off, it's not that screw. That's your headlight aim adjuster. It's these two wee screws in here, one there, and there's one round that side as well. So let's get that off. Get the wiring in. Make sure that the ignition lights go on and do what they're supposed to do. You can find that. Where is my ratchet? Where is my little thingies? Oh. Oh. I need to adjust that headlight beam at some point because obviously I had unscrewed that, not realising that that was not the case. I just want to make sure that actually I don't know what to do. Turn you round. Let's turn you round. Let's turn you round. Everybody can laugh at my baldy head. Right, take that off because I don't need that now. It just clips over the top of that. There we go. Oh, careful now. So the wire goes down in through here, like so. What is that plug for? Don't know. That goes in there. It just sits somehow. And maybe me, when I took this apart, I can't remember how that was routed, but that would appear to want to sit like that. Let's see if that will clip. There we go. It's the right key. Let's see if I go. I'm saying if I go ignition lights. What I can do is I can press that brake pedal. Right. So the brake pedal would appear to be lighting up the rear, which means I do have power. I've got the power. Don't like this. been up in there. Can I jam that in there? See it? Let's just do this. Let's do that. Right. Let's put that down there. That's better, isn't it? That's better. Keeps it out the road. Heaven, I'm in heaven. Olive juice. Olive juice. Come on. Can't get the holes to line up properly. There you go. Get in. I thank you. Right. Finger tight. Mucking around with a ratchet if you can get them finger tight, and then we'll just give them a wee nip. Don't want them too tight because it'll just spring off. That's tight enough. I don't want to make them too tight because it'll just break it. Hey, we have a headlight. There you go. Now what's next? What am I left with? What can we see here? So the wiring is in. I'm assuming that just sits like that. Headlights back on. Let's get the handle. Let's get these things back up where they're supposed to be, and then we shall put the speedo on. I don't need to watch me doing that. I can, and then we'll see if we can get it to start. Hasn't been started in a long time. I say a long time, a couple of months anyway. Right, I'll get these fitted on. It's only a case of two bolts, and that'll draw that up. Then we'll get the speedo on, and then we'll see what happens for that. Nearly there. So that's the handlebars back on. They just go in with the two bolts, torque bolts. I'm not sure the size, 25, 30 maybe, something like that. That would be Allen key, sorry, it's not a torque, I'm talking nonsense. That would be a Allen key number 6. I'm assuming that's meant to be a 6. Anyway, there on. Two on that side, two on that side. Right, I think all that needs to go now is the speedo. So let's do a wee bit of, if you want to watch, that is, you may not want to watch. 13 minutes. 13 minutes! Oh, you don't know what happened there. I seem to have, I think I ran out of memory in the memory card. Anyway, everything's all back together. So I think we're going to see if we can get this to start. Damn, I'm going to try and figure out how to switch this onto that other video. So we have an oil light. I'm trying to hold that without pressing buttons. Right, now, will it lock? If I do that, is it going to, is ignition lock? Is my I don't need it to be. I don't really want to do that anyway. Anyway, let's see if she'll start. Will she start? Make sure the lights all work. Got lights, yeah, got headlights, flashes, indicator. Oh, everything's working now. I put new bulbs in them. Indicator. Horn. Horn works. Right, okay. Run neutral. Didn't like that noise. Back from the dead, kind of, until she conks it, which will be about now. Told you. Misbehaving, aye? Do you know what you're on? No? Would you rather just be locked away in here and left? Please don't steal me! Please don't steal me! Oh. Young people that have been dragged up don't respect other people's property. Have a nice day. Blue skies. Blue skies. Oh, cloud. Anyway, more on that coming up shortly. If anybody's interested. If you're not, there's plenty of other. Vice Grip Garage. I quite like his videos. Salvage Rebuilds, I watch their videos. Tasty Classics. They're my kind of three main ones that I would advise. Salvage Rebuilds, I like their videos. Tasty Classics, I like his videos. 2 hours. 2 hours is a bit long for a video, but just get back to it. Vice Grip Garage, he's hilarious. I think he's brilliant. He's amazing, Derek. Aye. Anyway, that's the aftermath of people trying to steal things that they shouldn't be trying to steal. That there's broke. There's a crack on that. I don't know if that was them. I'll see if I can pick one of them up. This is relatively easy to get off, but it's actually cracked. Put my glasses back on. It's cracked right down there. It's cracked in there, and it's cracked in here. I don't know when that's happened. We did have a storm. It was really, really windy, and it blew the bike over. Right, there's my granddad's pliers. My granddad's old pliers. You know, vintage things like. Vintage. Just to nick that up. Just to put a wee bit of... Oh, what happened there? That's alright, it's tight enough. It's just to nip up these speedo cable and stuff. I don't want them slacking off and falling. There we go. Well, I'll see if I can patch this onto the other video. Anyway, Sorted finally. My nicely painted bit. Should have painted that and all. The only thing with paint that is it's got the things on it. But it's a lot nicer looking, isn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheerio. Bye.